So traditional media mentality, we're getting words of scale, impressions, opportunities to see, reach, visits, and those are the kind of things that's shaping the decision-making process when it comes to who we work with our influencers, our celebrities, and our ambassadors. And the mentality here, it comes from many different places, and we've found ourselves in a few, maybe call them arguments or debates, depending on what it is people want to see, and also depending on the agency and the mix-up of who's presenting what, whether we're looking at a banner campaign, whether we're looking at trying to push more on Facebook. Different metrics start to become more important, and I think the key thing is here that none of these are generated necessarily in the same way and the same format with the same results. There's a lot of nuances behind each of them. For instance, here, we're going to go through a few examples. The number of eyeballs is important, but are they even eyeballs? There's some arguments we heard from BuzzFeed earlier, the drop-off in traffic to websites, but also some research is showing from @Buzz here about how some of the traffic that's still continuing to go to websites perhaps isn't even humans at all. So again, not that useful to us. And that number becomes diluted and not quite as valuable as we had hoped that would have been. Ad blocking, the big explosion and debate around that towards the end of last year, and it growing massively, 12 million active users in 12 months, up in June 2015. There was a lot around this, and again, that's what's really happening here when you're investing in banners that aren't even being seen, and you're putting your production money behind it, and then they're kind of just going into the abyss. A great example here, this was the Blank Video project. There's some links being tweeted out throughout this from my account, the Mark Carroll, if anyone wants to watch this. It's a 4-minute blank video that an agency put up on YouTube, and they put $1,400 behind it and got over 100,000 views, which is potentially better than some branded content in some instances, but this is a 4-minute blank video, no punchline, no anything, just blank. And they generated those views to kind of show that, again, you can buy a lot of these vanity metrics, and what is the value that's sat behind them. We need to question it, interrogate it, look at it more. That was just an excuse to use my favorite emoji there. So is a view still a view if there's nothing to view? We could debate that for a while, I imagine. Then the good old banner ad gets a bit of a kicking, especially when people start quoting the engagement and click-through rates that they're getting, 0.10% average. A Facebook post, again, push it for reach and awareness, but then are you actually getting engagement off the back of it? Again, these are some numbers out there from various studies, but again, quite low. And there is a lot of people championing influencer marketing for the opposite, saying that the engagement rates are great, the quality that you're getting for it, the click-through, and everything is much higher than any of these other formats out there, which is good news.